Jesus freak here. This is pretty bulky, but given what it is, it kind of makes sense. There's the information everyone's looking for. So what is it? It is a wide margin King James from Hendrickson. And honestly, this is how you lay out a wide margin. And I think church Bible publishers figured that out when they took the Cambridge Cameo block and they changed it where it used to have wide margins only on the bottom and the side. They made it centered. This says Nelson style read-through references. I haven't checked too much about this thing. There's drop numerals for chapter numbers. A lot of the more modern text blocks have those. Although not all of them have them in Psalms. This one does. They opted to do their own headings, but they're only once a chapter, so I'm guessing they're probably the ones. Well, they're even less than once a chapter, I guess. I'm guessing they probably might have gotten them from Nelson. I know there's Nelson Bibles that were typeset by the same company. This isn't 2K, so it's Blue Heron. They're still good, but they're not 2K. It's printed by R.R. Donnelly in China. Donnelly's got offices in Grand Island. I wonder what they do there, because I don't think they print there. Grand Island is what's right between Niagara Falls and Buffalo. It's got a nice Cambridge-like there we go. It's a Cambridge-like red letter. It's pretty nice. It's not Words of Christ in neon pink, which I don't like about Oxford red letter. They don't muck with the book titles like Nelson does, and Zondervan's been known to. Except for in Revelation for some reason. They do muck with the title of Revelation. I don't know why they do that. Also, they've replaced the title pages. It doesn't have the title page that a King James New Testament should have. Or the main title page, for that matter. You know, translated from the original tongues and with the former translations diligently compared and revised by His Majesty's special command. But it does have the epistle dedicatory, so it's got that at least. I do what I can to try to make it clear what these Bibles look like. Though I think, in general, a page here and a page there is usually a pretty good demonstration. Key Bible promises. A couple pages for that. More than I thought. That's a good thing to have. Something I should probably consider for that idea I was talking about to a certain someone about taking a Clarendon and sticking some helps in the front. Okay, there's Harmony of the Gospels. I don't want to give too much stuff away, so I'm like, I'll show you basically what's there. Miracles of the Old Testament. Parables of the Old Testament. Miracles of the New Testament. Parables of the New Testament. Old Testament prophecies of the Passion. And there's a fairly copious, although probably not to the Oxford or Cambridge levels, but it's pretty thick, over 100 pages. It's about 124 pages concordance. It has to be a little less comprehensive because, you know, it's a lot larger print than a lot of those other concordances. And there's a few maps in the back from CHK America, and it links to mapsusa.com. They're pretty nice looking maps, I guess. They're on really glossy paper, though, which might turn some people off because, you know, some kinds of pen don't like that. I don't think your microns are going to work very well on paper like this. But they look nice. And they don't seem to straddle the pages, so there's no issue about maps that go into the gutter. Now this is a bonded leather with, I guess, synthetic paste down. It doesn't really matter to me how a Bible's built as long as it's going to hold up. But some people care about that. And I know there's people who are not fans of bonded leather. Honestly, that's more to my taste. Now, if someone had a Bible they wanted to, you know, if someone needed a Bible for taking notes in, it's not perfect. I honestly think I'd rather just throw out one column and have ruled on that side so you can write in it. And Nelson, I know, does that with the Journal of the Word. And I had one which I eventually replaced with the Church 400, which is what I take my notes in now. But this is bad. And if that's more your line, your cup of tea, you can't really go wrong with this. It's pretty dense. It's silver gilt. Honestly, I think silver looks nicer than gold. And it's got signatures. Gotta have your signatures. A Bible like this, if it were perfect brown, would be a piece of junk. It'd fall apart easily, especially because it's so big and bulky. For what it's worth, it is a Cambridge text. I checked that a few minutes ago. before I started the shooting. It is not the so-called pure Cambridge edition of 1900, but it is a Cambridge text. That seems to be par for the course if, blue herons involved. It's going to be a Cambridge text. I know a lot of older American ones had Oxford texts. Holman used to have Oxford texts. I think most of their stuff now uses Cambridge texts. I know some people get hung up on this variety, that variety of their King James Bibles. Like, I got reasons to prefer one over another. Honestly, I prefer the 1873 text, but with the original paragraph markers. Still, if this is the kind of thing you're looking for, if you're looking for a good wide margin, there's a lot worse choices for wide margins than this. Jesus freak out.